Hey guys, so I'm gonna show you how I do my everyday makeup. So this is pretty easy and basic, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, let us start with my Pond's Age Miracle Day Cream. I am using this as a moisturizer to seal off everything. So I've done toning and my serums, and this is what I'm gonna seal it off with. So I started using anti-aging products since I was 21. I read somewhere that you start to show wrinkles when you get to the age 25, and in order to prevent wrinkles, I invested in anti-aging products. I'm putting some on the back of my hands as well, so that soon or in the near future my hands will not get that wrinkly when I'm older. So I'm just gonna put it all over my face. Make sure that there's not one bit left. If you're looking for a primer that is cheap, I highly suggest Quick Effects No Shine Mattifier. This will let you put your foundation seamlessly. It will give you a really smooth base, and I really like it that it's cheap. You can just get it from your local Watsons, and it's just under 100 pesos. Now there is a tube and there is a sachet. Now I use the sachet ones because a little goes a long way. Next, I'm gonna grab my Covergirl Outlast All Day Foundation. Now I am not sure if they have it here in the Philippines, but I got this from my Lola who lives in Canada. Now this is really good if you have like dry skin, because this is a cream based foundation, and I've noticed that it doesn't set on your pores as much, but it will still give you a finish that looks very natural. All you have to do is find the correct shade for yourself, because I feel like if you go a shade lighter or darker, it will just ruin the effect that you have a flawless skin. I'm putting some on my eyelids as well, since I do have really dark eyelids because of my hyperpigmentation there. It does a really pretty well job on concealing that area, so when I apply my eyeshadow on, it doesn't look grayish. So it's really nice when concealing my eyelids too. So I'm just gonna blend out everything to make sure that it looks like skin. So it looks horrible now, but the key is blending. You have to really take your time when it comes to blending. So I'll just go ahead and blend everything together. Next is I'm going to conceal with my Fit Me Concealer. I will put some on my under my eye bags, and I'm gonna put some on my blemishes. Now, if you don't have much blemishes, you could just go ahead and skip this part. But to me, I feel like my makeup is not complete unless I have my concealer. So I'm just gonna put it all over the blemishes, and if you can see, I put this right below my eye bags because this is a cream or a liquid, and there's really no point of you like putting it directly on your eye bags because it's gonna spread. As long as you blend it, it's gonna spread. So it's next, I'm gonna grab my Detail Makeover Mineral Loose Powder. This is going to be my powder to set my under eye. If you can see, I'm putting a generous amount on my under eye, so this will help me to make sure that my under eye will not crease. I wear glasses all the time, so if you look at me, you will automatically see my under eyes kind of zoomed in with my glasses. So I'm really conscious about this, and I'm gonna put some on my jaws as well, and I'm gonna pat a bit of a powder on my face as well, so just to set everything together since I'm using a cream foundation, so I just like it set. Next, I'm gonna brush up my brows. Now, I always brush up my brows because it really gives you the thick brow look before you pencil everything in. So if you can see, my brows aren't trimmed, but I usually have it threaded. So if you like your brows to be threaded, you really have to grow out your brows before before booking your threading session. So if you can see, I'm just doing a pencil. Make sure that your pencil is really sharp. I'm not used with the pomade and what are the other stuff, brow powder. I'm not used to that, so I always use pencil. It gives me more control, I think. So I'm just gonna put some under my eyebrows. Basically, I'm like getting an outline. I'm doing an outline of my brows. I will put some on the tip of my brows too. I'm drawing some hair on that as well because I do not have much hair on that area. So if you can see, I'm basically doing an eyebrow frame, and then I'm just gonna fill it in once I'm done. So right now I'm filling it in. Moving on to the next one. Next is I will brush my brows again. So this too will look to have it look more gradient, because it's really hard to look at if your brows looks like it's like there's a lot of corners on your brows. So for me, I would have to brush my hair so that it will have that gradient effect. Okay, next is I'm gonna grab my Kylie eyeshadow. So this is the bronze palette. This is one of the best investment that I got. So I bought this for around $3.5. I'm gonna mix citrine and tiger eye. I'm using a small fluffy brush. I'm gonna put this on my crease. So I start with my crease. Just gonna blend it out. If you can see, it's a very pigmented. That's why I really like it. And with this palette alone, you could do so many looks. And if you can see, it's very easy to mix and match. So I'm gonna use topaz and tiger eye with a small tapered brush. I'm just gonna put it all over my lids. Next, I'm gonna grab the shade Bronzite using my angled brush. I will put it over my lash line, so to give it that lined look. But you don't have to be very specific on this part. You could just like eyeball it and just put it over your eyelash, because we're just gonna blur it later. Using the tapered eyeshadow brush that we used earlier without any shadow, just blur the line that we just made. Next, I'm gonna grab my Nichido finishing spray, and then I'm gonna spray some on my angled brush to wet it. And then I'm gonna go to the darkest shade of the Kylie palette, Obsidian. I will use this as an eyeliner. I learned this trick from Kylie herself. A lot of times what she does is that she doesn't use an eyeliner. Instead, she grabs the darkest shade on the palette that she is using and use it as an eyeshadow. Next, I'm gonna grab my Benefit They're Real mascara in brown. You can use a black mascara, but to me, I really like the brown mascara is because it's not too harsh, it's not too overpowering, and if you can see, I'm heading more on the brown look, so that's why I'm using this mascara. So this is not lengthening too. This is more of a volumizing mascara. I don't use lengthening because I wear my glasses every day all the time. And then next we're gonna move on with my contour. I will use an angle brush to contour my face. I'm putting some on the hollows of my cheeks and make sure that it's just enough to give that sculpt your face, but not too much that you will look like a clown. So I'm putting some on my forehead too. Next, I grabbed my Fit Me foundation powder, and then I just brushed off the excess powder on my face. So I just finished that. I was not able to capture that on film. And then I put some blush too. I used my Covergirl blush, which is a bit of pink and coral. So here am I desperately choosing the right shade for my lipstick. Now, since it's just gonna be so I'm gonna go with my setting spray again, and then I'm gonna I sprayed some on my Next, I'm gonna grab my Rimmel eyeshadow, and I'm gonna use this as a highlighter. So this is just a white eyeshadow that is really sparkly. It doesn't look like it's that sparkly on film, but in real life Next, I'm gonna grab my Victoria's Secret lipstick. I'm not so sure about the shade, what it's called, but it's really good. It's really buttery. I really like the formulation on this one. I'm just gonna blur this one, and it's gonna give me that fresh, sun-kissed. So this is the finished look. Pretty easy and basic look for every day. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching.